Hey, it's John from Financial MD with today's Didactic Minute. Today I wanted to share a few of my thoughts on budget tracking software and specifically Mint. So to give you some background, Mint was created by Intuit. I think it was created. I don't know. They own it now anyway. So I think on that end, a lot of people have asked when we've suggested that you use some sort of budget tracking software, and maybe we've even recommended Mint. They ask the question, is it secure? Is my data at risk? And it can be kind of a unnerving thing to type in your bank account username and password into another software and let it find the information and store that. But obviously I can't personally guarantee Mint, but I would say with all of the different breaches that we've had from Equifax or Target or all these different large companies, and we haven't had anything that we can track come from Mint, then I feel pretty secure about it. I guess all I can say is I use it. Obviously, past performance is no predictor of future results. So right now it's May 27th, 2020. I may be eating my words if something happens. Knock on wood. But all that to say, in the end, in general, Mint can be a really useful tool. Any budget tracking tool is really useful. And when you look at different ones, they all kind of have different philosophies in how they do things. And so specifically for Mint, for example, I think it's pretty basic. It's got a couple different tabs, but the one I spend the most time on is the spending tab. What I found when I do my resident workshops at the hospitals and I ask the question, hey, who has ever downloaded Mint before? A lot of hands go up, maybe most of the residents in the room. But what I find is that when I ask the second question, who still uses Mint on a regular basis? Less than half of those hands are still up. Very few people are still using it because it does take some work. It's not going to be this panacea or magical pill that fixes everything in your finances. It's going to take some work, specifically some work up front to set it up initially, add your accounts, create a budget with some limits and spending limits on it if you want, add different custom categories that you may need to. But after a few months, you'll get the hang of it. It'll get into a groove. You'll have it customized the way you want to. And here's what I can tell you from my own experience. I do use Mint, and about once or twice a week is all I really need. A few minutes when I'm killing time on the bus, waiting in line somewhere, whatever. I can go in, check on it, categorize things, see how I'm doing with different spending categories and budgets. The point is, when you go to spend some money, your instinct, and over time this will happen if you're using this app or an app like this, your instinct can and should be to check your app before you do any spending, especially as you get towards the end of the month and you're starting to hit some categories, whether it's your eating out category or your coffee or your bars and alcohol category, whatever it is for you. And so if you can get in that habit on a resident salary now, then when you become an attending, you're going to have those habits established, and there should be no reason that you can't still use Mint. Don't get into that habit where I see a lot of attendings that just like, well, I'm clearly making more than I spend. Frankly, it's hard to spend as much as I make, so I don't even need to track it. With today's technology, it's not that much work, especially if you put the groundwork in now at a lower income, and don't let that lifestyle creep affect you. So this is John from Financial MD with today's Didactic Minute. We'll see you next time.